My name's Danielle Ubani, and like you rightly say, aka The Gorgeous, because fashion is my passion. I live fashion, I do fashion, I work fashion. It is my life, actually.
I can see. I
So,
love what you're wearing. Yeah, that's.
thank
Did you make
you.
that, or you just style yourself, or what?
I style myself.
Last week we were actually talking about our personal life, why we relocated to the US and every experience we had.
Oh, wow, that's quite interesting. I haven't experienced that firsthand.
Nice.
So you want to share with us why you relocated to the US?
Oh, yes, gladly. Actually, mine started way back in 2018 when I decided to bring my children to come attend school overseas. My first son to Canada and my other two children to the United States of America. Of course, like I said, I'd prepared them for such a time as this. I wanted them, I came here, I had them, and I knew that at some point they were going to come here, go to school, get better opportunities, and that was our vision. And so, what I did not envisage was that there was going to be the whole adapting to the culture, the weather, the lifestyle, and all of that. And so, naturally, when I sent them here, there were reactions.
Okay.
They had to adjust to a new way of speaking.
Reactions from the kids, or from
Yeah,
you?
from the kids.
Okay.
A new way of speaking,
Okay.
a new way of
I
eating,
can relate,
a new way
yeah.
of dressing, and all of that. And then it fell back on me, mother hen, always trying to look out for everybody. So I had to be shuttling between Canada, the US, and Nigeria, and that was a whole lot.
Okay. So were you permanently here for a while, or you moved to another country before the US? Like, were you shuttling between two countries, or you are permanently fixed in the US?
I could say that for Canada, where my first son was in school, I was a temporary resident. Yeah, because like Canada, for having a child in school, you're allowed to stay up to 6 months at a stretch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're really into the whole family thing where you help your children to settle in. So I was allowed to stay up to 6 months. And so because I also had these other two in the US, so I could come to the US for 2 weeks and go back. So in a year, I was more or less in Canada for like 7-8 months
Okay.
out of
Great.
a whole year. Yeah.
So your first son was born in Canada.
No, he wasn't born in Canada. He was attending school, just attending school.
Just cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that was also a decision we took between my husband and I. We thought that would give him the platform that we needed him to excel in, And so when I got there, like I said, I had to be available as a mother. That was already what I'd agreed to do when we decided to send them here. And so I came to a shocking reality in Canada. And Canada is cold. And
Very cool.
yeah, my son was first in BC. He was in a place called North Peace, which was extremely cold.
Wow.
They start their winter in September. It starts snowing heavily in September. And so then from there we moved to Ottawa. And so in Ottawa, it was the same thing. We could get as cold as minus 20-something degrees.
So adapting to the cold was one of the major shocks.
It was a major shock because I wasn't there to school or something. I know it was also a shock for my son, but I think he was more like, I have to do this. But for me, my psychology was, why am I doing this?
Was it that bad for you in Canada?
It was lonely.
Oh, so that's the loneliness.
It was lonely. I did a program. I did the PSW program, a diploma, which is a personal support worker. I did that for a while. I just did that to better myself, academically. I wanted to be busy, but at the end of the day, I had to live the life where I come back, I'm alone. There's a time difference. I speak to my husband when I'm running around to shop for the house, go for my program, and
Because
then
he sleeps maybe when you're working.
because
or
he's
you're working
asleep.
as
Yeah, because of the time difference. So there were a lot of times, to tell you the truth, I'm not used to being on. I'm not used to not being active. I mean, before I left, I ran my own business for over 15 years, and even when I stopped running my own business of fashion and beauty, I joined my husband in his real estate business as a marketer. So I'm a woman that likes to talk and jump around. So you can imagine what it is like when all of a sudden you are not talking or moving around.
I'd like to know your expectation. Was it what you were completely expecting when you decided to settle here in the US? What was hard for you? What was good? What was difficult? What was the expectation?
Okay. Coming to the US, I thought, this I know. Been there, done that. I've holidayed here for over 20 years.
Yeah.
I had family, so I thought, I got this in the bucket. It's not going to be a big deal.
Right.
But being on vacation is a world apart from living
It's
here.
completely, yeah.
You're not going to go to Disney World every day.
No.
You're not going to be at the shop every day. You're not allowed to be shopping for clothes on a daily basis. So those were major realities, because to tell you the truth, I can't say it's having to really go to market and do the work, because I already knew about that in all the years I was coming. I had to do market, clean and everything. But just realizing that I was no longer on vacation was traumatic,
Okay.
but to say the least.
Okay.
So, Ms. Gorgeous, what changes have you made to adapt to the new lifestyle? Your fashion style, the environment, everything. What changes have you made so far?
The major one for me is realizing that what is necessarily my passion is not what makes money here.
Which is fashion.
I'm not saying fashion doesn't make money. What I'm saying is, here, you have to come to the table and put reality on the table. Like I said, that no more shopping and all that. That's to say there are bills to be paid.
Right.
So now, is your passion going to pay those bills? So, now I say to women or anybody, it's not necessarily what I'm passionate about. It's what makes me
what
the money.
pays the bill.
What pays the bill. And so
What brings the money.
I've had to come here now to adjust my thinking.
That's a major reality. It's not your passion, because you can be crazy about something and then when you get here, it doesn't pay no bill for you. Yeah.
Right. And I can also
that's,
relate with that, because that's why we have some of our medical doctors, they leave Nigeria and they come here. They're medical doctors back home and they come here and then they can't get a job and they just have to take any job. So
Even engineers. I know some Shell guys that come here and they have to work at the African markets.
And sometimes it's almost like the jobs that are available that you can wake up to and just say, "Oh, I got a job today," like nursing, right? Did you ever venture into such things like the medical field?
Yeah, I said that I had to take a course in PSW, which is personal
What's
support
that?
worker for the disabled. My own area of specialty was for autism patients.
Okay, that's still under the medical.
Yes, it's under the medical.
healthcare. Yeah.
Because I felt, okay, I could strive here.
Did you practice it?
No.
Oh. Why?
I realized that,
It was too much.
it wasn't that easy to be attentive.
To deal with autistic.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, because some of them, sometimes there's the vomiting, there's all of the craziness, and it takes some level of patience. And to tell you the truth, I had to be really real with myself. I didn't think I had that level.
You're not a very patient person.
No, I don't think I do.
That's the reality, you.
Yeah,
Just tell me, do you miss your old self, the lifestyle Of course you do, because you had
Oh, yeah.
everything,
Oh
the
yeah.
cooks, the nannies, all that.
Oh
Do you have
yeah.
cooks here in the US?
Oh my
Do you have
God.
nannies here?
Who can afford that?
Because I might start envying you right now. Okay.
Oh yes, I mean, there's the part where I do miss, a lot of the stuff I used to do. I mean, over there I was my boss, and I mean, I called the pace and orders just obey. I had a living chef, yeah. I had the nanny, I had a gardener,
Driver.
the driver, the cleaner. I miss that part. But I mean, you get to a stage in your life where you have to ask yourself what's important. So the stage, I say to a lot of my friends, I'm at a stage in my life where I'm trying to build a relationship with my children.
Right.
So that even when they do leave home, they will remember to call mama or to come visit mama. So I realized at this point that was the sacrifice I needed to make
Yeah.
to be able to get that relationship with them.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm doing right now.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
The relationship, I know you being here, your husband being in Nigeria. How does it work?
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I mean, I've been married for 25 years.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a long time.
I've known him for 29. And as they say, you get to a stage in your marriage where you're like siblings. I'm not saying there's still no all of that intimacy or all of that. Oh, of course, I do miss that. But we're at a point where we reach this agreement together.
Oh, okay.
You need to be available to the children. And so it's been,
part of the sacrifices you gotta make,
we have to make,
for
so
family.
we talk, yes. So we
Yeah.
talk,
Okay.
we exchange ideas and whatever it is, and I would say we're good. Yeah.
Do you think if you're to make it all over again, you want to come to America?
America, coming to America is waking up to reality. It's not a street paved with gold, and it's not where you come and everything just works. No. You still have to deal with human beings, you still have to deal with a system and all of that. So to tell you the truth, I would say that you have to be able to prepare yourself mentally, physically, in everything. Because hey, they work hard here. They work hard here. I mean, back home to do the things, even in business, I mean, you're able to,
You can hit one corner.
yeah, but here you think of, okay, you know what, I need to get maybe $200 today, and then the requirement is you need to work 12 hours, and you're asking yourself, what? I mean, I never had to do that, So to tell you the truth, you just have to prepare yourself to work hard, to define what's more important. When I say define what's more important, is it to be socially out there or to focus on what you need to do?
Right.
Yeah, and you need to know that here you need to better yourself on a daily basis. You need to know what's happening. Because I like that popular saying that says work smart instead of working hard. And people are achieving it. To tell you the truth, here is one place that actually prepares you to do that. Because for the first time, I'm having to think to myself that, okay, even if I'm not paying mortgage, I'm not paying, but I want to do my hair. So the only way I can go to the salon, or I want to fix my nails, the only way I can go there and not take my calculator to be doing the conversion is to earn the money. Because I can tell you for free, my husband is not going to send me money to do my nails when there are other things to be taken care of.
Yes.
So for somebody like me, like I said, fashion is my passion. I already like to dress up. I already like to wear makeup and do my nails. So I had to come to the realization that, you know what, girl, you have to work for it.
Yeah.
It's the only way you're not going to do calculating or conversion.
Definitely.
So
Okay, so I'm maybe curious rather. Do you do a 9 to 5 job here in the US, or you just
No, I
Yeah,
don't. I have
okay.
a registered business.
registered
So
business?
I'm what you will call a freelancer. I do freelance medical deliveries. I do transportation and
Okay, but that gives you some free time to do your own personal thing. So
Oh,
that
yeah.
means you're actually you are the comfort zone now compared to when you came in, right?
Yeah.
So basically, after some time, it gets better. It doesn't always get bad. Like
Sure.
at some point when you settle, you have friends now. You have a community. How was it easy for you making friends, joining social groups, and all that? You just give us a little bit of.
okay, like that's the good thing about coming here and coming to Houston. I already
Houston is
knew
like
people.
Nigeria.
Yeah, it's an extension of
like
Nigeria.
Nigeria,
Yes.
yes.
My mom is a U.S. citizen, so she was living here in Houston. I have my sister who is a U.S. citizen. She's lived here for over 20 something years.
Okay, so you have family here.
Yes,
So
I
you're
have
not lonely,
family.
though.
No.
No, loneliness is fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the
Even
loneliness was in Canada.
Was in
yeah, I was in
Canada.
Canada.
Oh,
I said I
okay.
was
Great,
lonely.
great.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah, so the good side is, of course, I get to socialize with my family, and then of course I met some friends that I've known from Nigeria. So coming here, it was like just going back to the old usual things, Oh yeah. So I had people inviting me for things. I could go for functions,
Right.
So I
So it's
mean,
not that bad after all. You
No.
enjoy. Would you want to go back to Nigeria? Do you want to go back to live in Nigeria, not just visit? Would you want to relocate back? If we had to scrap the reason why you came, the family, is something that you would say, I actually want to go back and live in Nigeria. To be honest about it.
honestly speaking, I think it will get to a stage where I'll probably want to go back to Nigeria.
At some point.
At some point, yes.
Okay, but now-
At some point. But right now, to tell you the truth, my eyes are open to a different new world, a different new opportunity. I'm realizing that, you know what, I can actually be
Anything you
this
wanna be,
person.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
anything I want to be, and call the pace and do as I want to do.
So basically, it takes patience. These things just take a little,
You hit the
Yeah,
nail
it
on
takes
the head.
patience, and at some point, everything works in place for you.
That's
yeah?
the truth. Don't expect, like I said, a street paved in gold. Know that you will walk the work, be patient, and watch your whatever you've sown, watch it grow, and you will reap it.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, from what Gorgeous just said, I just wanted to put it out there for you to know that, when we started our program, when we talked about our differences, you see how she has a different experience. It's not every experience that you hear about is bad. She came in and she's already loving America. So, but like you said, be focused on what you want and be what you want to be.
Thank you, Gorgeous, for coming to the global
Thank you
table.
so much.
Yeah.
We do appreciate you. That was a nice
Thank
one. Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.